Hello, Adam Colazetti here with another edition of Enta Wonders. Today we are wondering about Originals by Adam Grant. This is a wonderful book, and if you want a good summary of some of the topics here that's even better than mine, there's a good TED Talks on it that Adam does. That's freaking awesome. Adam's one of those guys that has this really amazing view of the world, not as it is, but how it could be. And when he talks about originals, somebody that wants to change the world, that's really what this book is about. So hard to sum it all up. There's a lot of philosophy and thinking about things differently in here. But I think a good way to start is with this quote. So he says that the reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable man persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the reasonable man. So the original person, the unreasonable one, the person that insists that there's a better way. So why do it? You know, being original is a much harder path than not being original, being the reasonable man. Basically, in this book we talk about if you believe you can affect change and you care enough to try, only when you believe your actions matter and you care enough will you dare to speak up. So you have to believe that what you're doing is the best thing. And no matter what anybody tells you or brings at you, you believe that there's a better way and what you're doing is amazing. And the cool thing about that is that although becoming original is not the easiest path in the pursuit of happiness, it does leave you perfectly poised to the happiness of pursuit. Interesting, right? Creation brings happiness. So there's a whole bit in here about being happy and the journey and all these things. So we talk about business, talk about organization, some ways to be original. So as a leader, the most inspiring way to convey a vision is to outsource it to the people who are actually affected by it. Seems simple, but as a leader, avoid the temptation to just do what you want, ask people. And in doing so, you earn these things that I just love this concept. It's called idiosyncrasy credits. So if tomorrow I walk into your organization, regardless of what authority you give me or don't give me, and I start just giving everybody advice left and right and center, people aren't gonna like that. I'm gonna seem arrogant. They're gonna think I know better than everybody. But if I listen, if I ask questions, if I help people, if I do simple things like help the administrator figure out the phones one day, stuff that's not my job, then I get these idiosyncrasy credits, which are these imaginary currency where people grant you the levity to offer new ideas. And once you've earned enough, then when you talk, people will listen. And this is all about influence and how you can gain it. To sum it up, though, just be helpful and be genuine and be honest. That's a good place to start. When we talk about a project, the midpoint of a task is often the best time to implement a change, as it's when groups are most open to originality. So we've started, we have an idea what we're doing, we're starting to see that there might be a better way. That being said, obviously you have to be a little strategic about it. Sometimes changing something in the middle of what you're doing is a terrible idea. So, the answer is it depends. And then finally, and I think you've gotten this from what I've been saying, originality is not a fixed trait. It is a free choice. So you choose to be original. And when you talk about artists, musicians, painters, poets, they might stumble across a huge hit, a #1 hit, but they've tried before that 1,000. They failed 1,000 times before they hit on the one that people responded to. So originality isn't just this magical thing that you come up with, because you're, this amazing mind or philosopher of the world. It's years of trying, years of failing, and that deep-seated belief that there is a better way. So that's it. That's Originals by Adam Grant. have a read. It's great stuff. So until next time.